All right, good morning, everybody. Looks like we're live. Not good morning, good afternoon. I'm in the Eastern time zone. Looks like we're live on Facebook as well as live on YouTube. First of all, I want to say hello. For those of you all that don't know me, my name is Aaron Hill. I'm the founder of Fruition Music Incorporated. And just wanted to talk to you guys today. This is my first time doing YouTube live with the new model. So I see that we have the chat. So you guys can drop questions or comments in the chat. I see that there are people coming on in. Thank you so much for joining us rather. But you can drop a comment in chat. In fact, if you guys can maybe drop something in the chat just to let me know that you can hear me, that would get us off to a good start. I'm just going to write test. Holla if you hear me. Okay, sweet. Thank you. Sorry, you guys are going to be seeing me wipe my eyes. It's a little misty outside of my allergies. Spring allergies are coming in. So good afternoon to everybody. Again, my name is Aaron Hill, and we're live on Facebook. Hello, Facebook, and YouTube. I want to talk about the title of this video and get right to the point. Excuse me. So the title of this video is "Will Be Forced to Go Out of Business Unless." And to get right to the point, here's the unless. We need to get our Patreon model really moving and happening because we have to adjust to the climate of the business and the climate of the industry. And what I mean by that is we gave you guys an address. I guess it's probably been about 8 months ago now to talk about the changes that we go through in the industry. And in our business, dealing with digital distribution and media, we have streaming services, which we all know and love. I myself have Apple Music, shout out in the chat. What do you guys have? What do you use? I know a lot of people use Spotify. Some people use Google Play. Some people use Apple Music like myself. But these are great services. The problem for businesses like ours, though, is that it completely threatens the entire business because of the fact that it drives actual download sound sales down, which is our number one source for being able to keep our operation going. For those of you all that don't know, I mean, some of you guys are musicians and artists, so some of you know, because you also have product and that kind of thing that's available on different forms of media. Excuse me. Allergies kicking in. My eyes will be kind of tearing up. I promise you guys I'm not crying. And thank you guys so much for the support. Let me first start off by saying that as well before I get into anything. Just want to say a big thank you, and I'm going to put it in the chat as well so you guys can know that. A big thank you for all your support, for every video play, for every download sale, for every stream for that matter. Thank you, thank you, thank you from everybody at Fruition Music. So I'll tell you guys a little story, and it actually will tell you why we know that this is the shift that we need to make in order to go to the next level of things, because this business was literally built off of a shift from the norm. At the time when we started the business, the iTunes, Amazon, and the other and Google Play and some of the other companies had just come out. And so everybody was jumping there, and we had our own website where we used to offer the tracks for much more because, as you guys can imagine, excuse me, just to get one song done, you guys can imagine, because you know how many instruments are in songs, and we reverse engineer, break it all the way down to scratch and rebuild it up, our own version from scratch. So with that being said, it takes hours and hours, it takes a full week just to be able to finalize one track. And even that's fast. But what we did was we went on and decided to jump on the digital distributors and sell all of our tracks for 99 cents because of the fact that it seemed like it was the riskiest move, but it was the smartest move from a business perspective. And so we all came to an agreement, and that's what we did. And that's been a thing that, why really a lot of you guys are here, because you've been able to benefit from us being able to put those tracks on YouTube, some at full length, and then also all our tracks only 99 cents, no matter, how old or how new of a song it is. And so thank you so much for the support. But with every business and in every industry, you go through seasonal change, and so you have to adjust. That was a risky move because at that point we were not known. But what we figured was that if we put ourselves in the middle of where the traffic is, even though we're making pennies on a dollar, we should be able to use that to our advantage. And so everything has worked out, and we're very grateful for that. So at this point, we're looking at another shift. That shift is, how do you shift and adjust to the fact that we have lost over 80% of our business income due to the fact that all of our music has been downloaded on streaming services. The way to adjust for us is to build a model where we're actually going to undercut ourselves. And this is a good business move that we know because we've tried it before and it's worked. And the way we're going to do that is we really want to give you guys the tracks for free, and to be able to take our whole business to a subscription service and our patronage formula. And so what that means is that we have a Patreon. In fact, if you look right below this video, there's a description and you can click on the link. I encourage you to click on the link so you can check it out while you're even streaming if you're able to, if you're on a desktop. But if not, right afterwards for sure. We have a Patreon page set up, and that Patreon page is for donations that we can receive in order to be able to keep our production team running and our formula running. Our goal is to be able to have enough patrons where we can produce performance tracks and put them on YouTube for free and give them to you guys directly by download for free. And all you guys have to do is just support us with $1 or $2 a month. The thing is, we're looking at the numbers, and we know that if we make this adjustment and if we can get help from at least 5%, just 5% of our total following and 5% of our clients, 5% of our fans and 5% of our family, all equaling just 5%, we know that we can actually be able to endure through this type of transition that everybody's facing. It's not just us. And if you all are artists or singers yourselves, if you're actually in the business as well. Just so I can know that you guys are actually listening in, go ahead and start dropping your comments and also drop questions, because I'm going to answer questions as well. This is a Q&A as well. So anything, even if it's, hey, do you guys have this track? Like, just, start dropping a few things so I can know that you guys are still here and listening. But with that being said, our goal is to shift there. So here's what we need from you. If we can get 5% of our total following. Now, here's what 5% is. We have over 40,000 subscribers on YouTube. And we also have, thanks so much for the love and for, thank you. We have 40,000 subscribers on YouTube, and we have a mailing list of at least 5,000. So even if I just round that out to 45,000 altogether, what that means is that if we can get at least 5% of our total following to be able to donate $1 a month, as little as just $12 a year, we can be able to have at least 2,250 people to keep our company going. At that rate, what we'll be able to do is go ahead and continue to pay our producers to be able to produce tracks. In fact, we'll be able to produce more tracks and also get some more up-to-date tracks as well. And we'll be able to put the tracks on YouTube to be able to be streamed. And then you also, by making a donation, will receive a direct link to all the tracks. And here's the deal. You actually get even more with this model, because what we're able to do is then give you all the keys. So if we have a song that has a high, medium, and a low key, hello on Facebook. Thanks so much for hanging out. Sorry, y'all, multi. Eventually they're going to do it where you can just look at one screen and everything, all the different ones are there. But at any rate, grateful for where we are right now. Couldn't do this 15 years ago. So 2,250 people, and that would allow us to be able to pay our producers, to be able to get the licensing and that kind of thing that we need. And what we'll be able to do is to give you all the tracks that come in a bundle. Those of you all that have been following us for a while, you know that when we release a track, it actually is released as a full album on iTunes and Amazon and Google Play. And the reason why is because you get the high key, medium key, low key. You also get the play along tracks, which is minus piano, bass, and drums. And you also get the click track. And we're even going to give you the stems. And for those of you all that don't know, stems are all the individual instruments on individual tracks. Thank y'all so much for the love. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to jump back and forth and answer you guys questions too, because I want to engage with you. I'm glad you're listening intently, and it means a lot. But I also want to engage, and I'm going to jump back and forth. So yes, the monthly subscription is what we're trying to move to, and so our goal is to do that. The thing is, we have to have our own website built in order to do that. The current model that we have now is a template model, and it's worked up until this time, but now we've outgrown it. In order to do that, though, we've got to have patronage in order to be able to take care of the expenses. Again, at one point, we were able to move at least over 2,000 tracks a week. That has literally dwindled down to only a couple hundred tracks a week. And we understand why. And everybody's still enjoying the tracks. I mean, we're still getting all the love in the world, and we get more subscribers than ever. But it's because of the fact that everything is streamed now. And so if you guys want us to stay afloat, and you guys want us to continue to be able to make the music that you've enjoyed now since, I would say, maybe if you guys can, this will be fun. Drop the year that you found out about us. I want to see how far back you guys go. We've actually been having performance tracks available in some form since 2008 when we started our first store, and we've come a long way since then. But drop the years that you found out, whether it's this year, whether it's 10 years ago. Thank you so much. So appreciate it. Ellen Wilson, thank you so much for the support. 2014, sweet, 4 years in. Yeah, haven't really bought anything because I listen to bands like, okay, sweet. Thank you for just following. Thank you for even just being able to be here. When are we going to put out an instrumental track for Celebrate the King by Ricky Dillard? So the answer to that question is this video right here. Oh, because, one thing that happens from this model, if you guys go to our page, and being as though you're in the stream, I'll say it, is patreon.com/Fruition Music. Patreon.com/Fruition Music. And if you go there, you'll see that one of our goals is that when we get 1,000 patrons, our goal is to start a voting system where you will be able to vote on the next track. And each month, the track that's decided, everyone will get the track for absolutely free. And so that's the answer to that question. And I can pretty much say to any other question about when are we going to put out this particular track by this artist. The thing is, right now, we're almost at a halt because in order to keep up the catalog that we have had, we've had to be able to take out of expenses that we would use to move forward. And again, it's only because our sales have dropped over 80% since streaming service took over a couple years ago. And it took us a while to figure out what the problem was. We've now made it where all our tracks are only available on iTunes, Amazon, and Google Play, but it still has not recovered though. And we think it's just because of the fact that so many people have our tracks via streaming that not too many people are able to support, not too many people are supporting. Everyone's able to support. So what we said was, okay, well, that's the same way we started out. Let's go beyond that and say, okay, like they say, if you can't beat them, join them. Not talking about you guys, talking about the streaming services. And what it is streaming services, I myself have one. It's absolutely amazing because the most important way that we should be able to listen to music is literally on demand. That is the absolute best way. Music is about experiences. And there's nothing better than to be in a mood or to be in the experience and just immediately pull up an artist, immediately pull up a piece of music that you haven't had when you had the record years ago. It's amazing. The problem is on the side of the producer or the artist, it's really tough unless you're extremely on the top tier. And I mean, I'm talking about top tier as in like the top, handful of artists that you guys know that's in pop. And, it's just like that. So no sense in complaining about it. No sense in doing anything else, but just adjusting to the climate. The measure of a business, as far as its long-term longevity, is based on one thing: its ability to be creative and to adjust to the climate. It doesn't matter what you have. Even Nike at some point has to revamp everything because they'll be taken out of the game by the new information, the new technology, the new material that's available, and how fast it's able to be made and by who and who can supply. I mean, it's just that kind of rat race. So we know it's no different no matter what kind of music you're doing, no matter what the cause is. So the only way to do it is to adjust. And so we're here to adjust. And that's why we're having this this live stream. So let me take a second to just answer a few questions and respond to a few comments in order to go into the next part of this discussion. Just purchased 2 weeks ago. I haven't heard of the company 3 weeks ago. 3 years ago. Thank you so much, Ava, for your support. 2010, sweet, 8 years in. Everyone should subscribe in order to utilize. Many churches and worship leaders use your tracks, resulting in not having to pay musicians. Yes, I agree. Oh, and so I'm glad you said that. In order for us to have a full subscription service, we have to build it from scratch. The thing is, we have at least right now in our catalog over 700 to 800 tracks. And then we also have tracks that we haven't released yet because of the licensing, and we need to, acquire that. But with that being said, you can't just use any model. You have to have something built, and it takes, it's very expensive. So again, that's why this Patreon model is so important. Our goal is to get to the point, if we can not worry about those kind of things, then we can just go ahead back into full production and delivery mode. So thank you. 2010, when your church no longer had musicians, thank you so much for your support. 8 years. A lot of 2010 people in the house. 2012, 2014. Thank you. Thank you so much. Tracks are awesome. Thank you so much. And we just give shout out to all the producers and everybody that's been a part of the team. It's been a great, great thing. So the next part is, how does this work? Now, I don't think I can do it. I wish I could actually screen share right on this platform so that way I could flip it around and we could just look at the Patreon page. But unfortunately, it's not able to be done. I have it here on Facebook, but once you start a Facebook chat, you can't switch it around. So I'm just going to have to describe it. When you get to the Patreon page, and another thing, please share this. Share this with other churches. Share this with other people who already appreciate our tracks and will be a part of this effort, or who you've been trying to tell about us, or they've been asking about, hey man, hey girl, what's that music y'all use? That was pretty cool. Share this video with them in some way, shape, or form so that they can also get on board. What can we do to keep you in business? Thank you for asking. It's exactly what this video is about. Go to patreon.com/Fruition Music and become a patron. You'll be able to come in either at the $1 a month level, which allows us to then be able to deliver our newest tracks to you for free. And you also get up-to-date information. You get information before everyone else does about what's coming out, and you get to be a part of the voting system of what we actually produce next. Thanks so much. I appreciate you. So once you get there, there's 2 tiers. You can come in on the $1 level, and that allows you to just help us to stay afloat, as well as everything I just mentioned. The second level is we also throw in a birthday shout for you as well. And what that means is this digital birthday shout out from Fruition, where every year on your birthday, you get a special email from us, special recognition of your birthday, and special video and that kind of thing. It's a really cool thing. And you can also go above the donation if you like to. So by all means, if you guys, for those that are interested in supporting even at a greater level than the tiers, we set up really simple tiers, because what we said is this: we have I would say honestly 50,000 immediate friends, and I say friends because I don't look at, we don't look at people as customers. We just look at friends on the journey. We look at everyone as friends. So we have 50,000 Fruition friends that are close to us via YouTube, Facebook, and our email list. And so what we sat around and said was, we don't even need everybody. We just need 5% of the people in order to kick it off to an amazing start and to be able to deliver. And so that 5% is 2,250 people. It's not hard at all. And so, yeah, with that being said, you can come in on one of those tiers. That will allow us to go ahead and keep the production going. We got a few tracks coming down the pike that we know you guys want, but we just have to make sure we do things properly. And the only way to do that is that we have to secure it from beginning to end. Thank you so much. Next thing, throw some suggestions here in the chat for us. And I know it's going to go crazy now. Throw some suggestions, song suggestions, as well as just suggestions overall to what you think we could do to serve you better. While you're doing that, there's another thing that we're getting ready to do right now, and it's super exciting. And my son is involved, my 17-year-old son. So we're getting ready to train a whole different level of fruition that's starting with like 18 and under. You know, we've got some musicians and producers that's coming on board that are amazing. And so you're going to see more of that kind of presence. You're going to see, you know, we're going to have some other types of content. We're going to have new content that's dealing with things like our drummer. You know, that's going to be one of the things that we're going to do next. Our drummer for Fruition, his name is Charles Wilson. And you're going to see a demonstration of him playing to some of our newest tracks, which is also going to be a challenge for other drummers. And we're going to have contests. We're going to have fun, like just a lot of fun with the concept and expanding it. So, yeah, we're expanding the company. We got 2 new producers, seasoned producers that are coming on board. And we've got several young producers and musicians that are coming on board. And so we got a lot of things happening. And so this is the kickoff of it, you know, and we move from here. Also, one other plug that I want to give you guys right now, and this is a big one. I don't have a drum roll, but this is another one. So we now have an organization, and it's called the Fruition Community. Let me throw it in the chat right now so that you guys can be able to jump on that. This is called the Fruition Community. The Fruition Community is a combination of all of our positive interests here at Fruition Music, and it all comes together to equal a community and a worldwide effort to better the world through music, motivation, education, positive messages, you know, humanitarian efforts, giving back to the community and helping the youth and all kinds of things, helping the homeless and all kinds of things. So I want to plug you in on that right now. I'm actually typing the address. It's www.fruitioncommunity.org. See, let me make sure it works. Let me see, I don't want this to take me out of this window. Let's see. All right, it opened up another one. Great. All right, so it's the right link. Check out that link, guys, fruitioncommunity.org. This is fun because you get a chance to see a whole other side of Fruition that you guys might not even known existed. And I think you'll be very, very happy with what we're doing in the community. We have a community of like-minded people, and they all come together. In fact, we're starting our gatherings here in Baltimore. If you guys are in the Baltimore area, you'll see it when you go to our Fruition Community Facebook page. Go to Fruition Community on Facebook. We're starting our own Sunday gatherings, and you guys would really enjoy it if you're in the DMV area. So just take, you know, everything that you know about us, you know, from positivity to the music and the delivery of the quality of music, you know, and put that into an experience that also, you know, incorporates motivation and that kind of thing. It's amazing. It's going to be absolutely amazing. We kick off May 6th. So, but anyway, check out fruitioncommunity.org so you can see everything that we have going on in addition to the performance tracks. It looks like, let me just make sure I answer the last few questions. Did anybody, I noticed, let me see, I'm sorry, I have to get back to work when I financial support. Okay, thank you so much, Kitty Smith, for if you come back on the video later to watch it. I hope you see this part. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you just staying for a few minutes and listening. Please share the video. I see that nobody has any suggestions. I'm surprised because I know there's a bunch of songs that you guys want. I know there's a bunch of things that you guys want to see with the company. So I'm gonna give a few more minutes just to maybe you guys got cold fingers. We're all being shy, right? Hey, Minnesota. Hey, that's another thing I want to do too. Where you guys from? And the beautiful part is your name is beautiful. It made me think about that, Minnesota. So I'm like, where are you guys from? Because that's the other thing. We want to get more personable with you guys. We're here based in Maryland, specifically in Baltimore, as far as where the hub of our city is from. But we have people that work for our company that are all over the U.S. and even a couple that are outside of the U.S. and not cheap labor, no. Real people that are putting in real time, getting real dues, getting treated real right. I got your back. A new thing. Yes, and that's where we are, bringing about a new thing with your help. California, sweet. Land of 10K lakes, Louisiana. Wow. Some of these places, Wood Bay Island, did I pronounce that right? And is that Washington? London, in the house. Yeah. Have a suggestion. Your webpage is very confusing and able to go to the song. Yes, thank you so much, for that critique is very important. So that's one of the things that we're working on. We have to build a completely different website. The website that we have is through a company called Fruition, and it was a great platform for when we first started. Now it's actually outdated for what we need to do. The only thing is, in order to move forward, we can't just, there's a lot of templates out here that are great. Our model no longer fits a template because we have now over 1,000 tracks, and we're introducing a subscription service. We were thinking about using Bandcamp because we also use Bandcamp for the other side of our company for our original music and the piano meditations. Check that out too if you get a chance, y'all. My name is Aaron Hill. For those of y'all that don't know, my name is Aaron Hill, and I keep forgetting there's people revolving coming in the chat. Thank you so much. Hello from Wilson, North Carolina, Los Angeles, St. Petersburg. Yeah, from all over representing. So my name is Aaron Hill. I'm the owner of Fruition Music, and I'm also an artist as well. And so if you guys like piano meditations and you like some of the things that we've done on the channel that's in that vein, go to aaronhillsmusic.com. I'll throw this in the chat. This is a part of the Fruition Community, aaronhillsmusic.com. I have a new project out, and I just put it in the chat so you can click on it. Oh, you can't click on it unless I put let's try the www. Or just copy and paste it. You guys, I'm acting like you guys can't. All right, I'm tripping. you got it. AaronHillsMusic.com. Check it out. Go there because when you go there, you'll find that I have a new piano meditation CD out. Let's try this one more time. I don't want anybody to have an excuse. I couldn't find it. All right, so I now posted the correct link. Even I can click on it. All right. Thank y'all. I hope y'all don't mind my sense of humor. I like to have fun. But go to aaronhillsmusic.com. There's an album that I have there, and it's called Key Reflections, Volume 1. There's songs on there like they're all original songs. One is a remake of the Doxology. Oh, one is Sweet Spirit to Him. And you have a song on there called Contemplation, song called, in fact, let me see. I might even, while you guys are right here, let me see if I can give you a little background. I should have did that. I should have played somebody. You can't do a live stream without background music. You can't be a music company and not have background music in your live stream. Your music helps me through the work day, which I'm at work now. Sweet. Yes, Minnesota Cocoa. Please check that out because this is the kind of vibe that you're going to hear. Let me see if I can throw a little bit at you while you're enjoying your work day. I hope you are enjoying your work day, by the way. And I don't know. Well, I don't know. I forgot where you said you were, but wherever you are, I hope the weather is all right, and I hope you're doing all right. All right, let's try this out. Let's see. I want to play. Sweet Spirit. So this is the hymn, and this is my version of it. And on the channel, if you guys haven't seen it already, you can see a version of me playing this out in nature. And it was with a compilation that I started, or a series of videos that I started called Spur of the Moment. I'm sorry, you know, guys, we can't multitask. So, all right, here we go. Sweet Spirit, check this out. And this is on the channel if you guys haven't heard it already. You're already there, sweet. So, this is from a series called Spur of the Moment, Volume 1. Actually, this isn't on Volume 1. This is on Volume 5. This is Volume 5. But it's also on the Key Reflections album as well. But I started it with Spur of the Moment. And the goal was to just go outside in nature and just find random beautiful places to play, you know, to play piano meditation, hymns, and those kind of things. And so I'm actually starting it back up because I always do it when it gets warm outside. And it's you know, excuse me, it's spring has sprung. So you guys can look out for those kind of things. And it's just music for your meditation time, you know, for your time of contemplation, reflection, and prayer, and that kind of thing. So, yeah. Any other questions? Any other comments? Any other concerns? Any other suggestions? Somebody said it earlier. You guys are definitely being shy because let me tell you, and it maybe might not be from you because I don't know how many of you all are actually on the email list. By the way, thank you so much, Ava Gordon, for pledging to the site. Thank you. I think you're the first person I'm going to have to send you a gift. I think you're the first person from this chat. If not, let me see. I'll scroll back up. But either way, I'm going to send you a musical gift. If you can, go ahead and inbox your email address or some address that you would be okay with giving us. Inbox it to the channel. And yes. Are we just updating the site? Do you mean, are we just updating the website where we have the tracks, like our store? If so, the answer is yes, but thank you. The answer is yes, but that's what this video is about, because in order for us to do that, we have to start getting funding from the people that love us and support us the most in order to do that. And the reason why is because the type of website that we need, that's the issue. We need a website that's able to host over 1,000 pieces of content where you can have the flexibility of downloading right on the spot, and, you know, where it takes different debit and credit cards. Now, we have that already. Are we moving to a subscription? Yes, we are. Now, here's the deal. In order for us to move fully to a subscription like we'd like to, again, this is why this video is important. Our tracks, we never plan on going over 99 cents for our tracks. Our goal is to stay there always. So in order to do that, as you guys know, a subscription service is usually a very low monthly fee, and we intend to keep it that way as well, right? When would that be put in place? Well, all right, so I think I might explain it in what I'm saying right now. So subscription service, usually $10 or less, right? In order for us to do that, our tracks are 99 cents. So it's just, you know, simple math. In order for you to have a subscription that's worth at least $10, we have to at least be making 11 performance tracks that month, or also giving away some other things. But we are going to first base it on the performance tracks. We'd have to at least be giving 11. Now you might say, well, I support, you know, even if it was only 5. But for many people, their goal is going to be to download as much stuff as possible. And so we understand that. That's what a subscription is for. That's the whole point. But it's not worth it to you if our tracks are 99 cents. Our membership is $10, but we don't have enough coming in for our producers, you know, to produce more than 10 tracks. You know, we have multiple producers. It takes a lot of money to make each track. So what we have to do is be able to have a subscription service where we can pay 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15 producers, you know, to produce around the clock. And then what happens is you pay for, say, a $10 membership or $8 membership. But what we have every month is 20 new songs to choose from. So I think you can understand, you know, what that means. You were amazed at the quality. Thank you so much, Ava. We appreciate you. Thank you. See, and this is why we do this, because people like yourself and everybody else that's here really goes out of their way to show love because you really appreciate it. So thank you so much you said you would support the subscription service. So thank you. And for right now, what we're going to do to bridge us, that's why this Patreon model is to bridge us, is to bridge the gap from where we are now to having monthly patrons that can participate in supporting the company as well as have a say in voting what tracks we do and that kind of thing. And then eventually, once we reach a certain goal with that, then we're going to actually, in the process, be having our own platform built. And then we'll be able to unleash and unveil the subscription service on our own platform, but we would have been able to bridge the gap. So thank you. Live the word cathedral pastor, Travis J. Robertson. Let's see. Can you do a lot of the producing yourself? Yes. Now here's what you'll be surprised at. The first 100 tracks you see on the website is actually just I'm doing everything myself. It wasn't until we started, I would say I started producing locally here in Baltimore in 2007 for clients, where I was doing the same kind of thing, producing tracks for them because they didn't have musicians. And then we moved from that and I opened up the business in 2008 online to the public. And so ever since then, the first 100, honestly, I'm being nice. It really is like the first 150 to 175 tracks. It was me playing all instruments, Thank you. Thank you, Ava. So you say you will support $220 a month. Okay. So thank you, Travis J. Robertson. If you are able to do that, then go ahead to the Patreon page and go ahead and start supporting $20 a month there. What'll happen is eventually when we shift over, we'll either keep our Patreon running and change the purpose of it for just general support of the business from people who don't desire a subscription service, but they just want to support us generally. And we'll have the subscription service where you'll be able to, transfer over. So if you can, go to patreon.com/Fruition Music and go ahead and pledge $20 a month there. We have 2 tiers, but you can select actually what you would like to patronize a month. So thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And you guys will see a few new tracks coming, in the next couple of weeks. We got a new producer that is actually getting ready to start working on companies. Want to see if you guys know the name. Quick name drop. He's from Baltimore. Have you all ever heard of Joseph Pryor? If you haven't, look him up. In fact, let me go ahead and give him a plug now. I don't know. I need to find what is his Instagram name. Amazing guy. Yeah, let me do that. This is a good time to make a quick plug for him because I think you guys would appreciate his artistry, his ability, his playing is out of this world. So he's from Baltimore, and he's done some things with Ty Tribbett and I think James Fortune or Anthony. I think it's James Fortune that I saw him in a picture with. Jonathan Nelson. I think he plays for Jonathan Nelson right now. Can you change your donation? Good question. Ava says, can I change my donation pledge after May 1? Yes, you can. Fred Thomas, you've heard of Joseph Pryor. Yeah, he's really, really getting on the map now. Let me see if I can find his Instagram real quick. And again, what you guys are hearing in the background is Sweet Spirit from the Key Reflections album at aaronhillsmusic.com. All right, so Joseph Pryor, Instagram. Let me type in music so I can make sure I get the right one. All right, here we go. I think this is him. Yeah, that's my guy. So I watched this kid grow up. I'm 35. I saw him when he was 14 playing and was blown away because his maturity on keys at 14 was out of this world. I hope he watches this live stream so you can see me give him a shout out. But I'm putting it in the chat now. It's at JAY_. No, it's JAYP. Let's get this right. Because what I want you guys to do, you guys that are on Instagram, if you can, this would be fun. Go ahead and go over to Instagram when you get a chance. All right. At JAYP_productions. That's his name. Go over there and actually drop him a line. Tell him I was talking about him on the chat. Say Aaron Hill, you know, shouted you out on the Fruition Music YouTube live stream. And go ahead and follow him. Amazing guy, and I think you'll love everything he's doing. Amazing talent. He's in this way. So he's another producer that's going to be working with us. What is my name? My name is Aaron Hill. Thank you, Ava. My name is Aaron Hill. 2 A's, RONHILL. All right, let me turn this down. So Joseph Pryor is going to be one of the producers that we're working with. Also, a producer that we've been working with now. In fact, you know, I'll go ahead and give him a shout out as well and see if I can give you guys his Instagram and his Facebook. How many of you guys have heard of, drum roll, Music Man Dre, Andre Forbes? When I met him as I might as well say like the king of key drums. Oh my goodness. If you haven't heard, let me type his name and I'll find his information. If you haven't heard of Andre Forbes and his AKA Music Man Dre, please check him out. Amazing, talented brother on many tips. He's a musician. He's a film director. He's currently directing and writing a film that's going to be a web series that he's shooting for Netflix. He's an animator. You know, he creates his own really funny cartoons. In fact, he has a whole host of gospel cartoons that are extremely hilarious. I mean, this guy, he can just do it all. You know, he's got a website. Check out his website. It's called hotmusicfactory.com. Producers. This is another quick plug. Real important plug for you guys too. Producers, artists, singers, go to hotmusicfactory.com. This guy, I had to find someone who was a lot like myself, and we're like best friends now. This guy is like a mirror image of me as far as work ethic. So I told you guys I produced like the first 175 tracks on the Performance Track channel. And he does the same thing. He has his production skills. He's produced like, oh my goodness, he has at least 500 products on this Hot Music Factory site. And what it is these are songs and snippets and construction kits that artists can use, songwriters can use, producers can use. You can use it to incorporate in your music if you're a producer. You can write to his songs and his pieces that he has if you're a songwriter. And his music is royalty free. There's some limitations, I think, when you get to a certain level, as far as once you use it for sales, but initially it's royalty free, and you can take the music and use it for whatever purpose you want. And I mean, this is good for songwriting. It's also good for your YouTube videos, and it's good for presentations that you have. I mean, it's a plethora, and he spans all genres there, and he's done all the work himself. He's amazing. Check out Andre Forbes. In fact, I'll just leave it at that. Look up Andre Forbes or look up Music Man Dre and follow him everywhere on social media. Brilliant guy. So thank you. Oh, you're a songwriter? Oh, sweet. Go to hotmusicfactory.com. All right, the new album, and he just found this out the other day, and it was because I found out about it and called him. So we were listening to, I'm sorry, y'all, multitasking, which I can't do. Let me make sure we're still on Facebook Live on. Yeah, we're still on Facebook Live on. Yeah, so, what was I saying? Andre Forbes. The other day, we were talking, and I was listening to Snoop's gospel album and just checking it out, see what's going on. And I got to one track, and I know his style anywhere. And I was like, hey, man, you on Snoop's newest album? Like, you did a track on that? He's like, no. And I'm like, what happened was the way he plays organ, I know it. I could hear it in the sea of like jet engines roaring, and I could tell that's his organ. Like he has a certain approach to it, and his bass. And I'm listening. I'm like, man, that sounds like you. And so, come to find out, it was his track. And the only reason why I'm mentioning that story is because he didn't know it, because hotmusicfactory.com is where whoever the producer was for that project, they bought the songs from there, and it happens so many times. He has a number of different songs that wind up on different albums because his songwriting and composing ability is amazing. So check out Andre Forbes, aka Music Man Dre, and one of his websites of a few. He also has. Let me finish that. One of his websites is hotmusicfactory.com. His other website for drummers, he has, I think it's called, let me just type it here, Free Drumless Tracks.net, I believe it is. Because I don't believe he got .com, but it's .net. Check that out. That's in the chat too. And this is for drummers. He makes tracks that are just drumless tracks of all genres for you to be able to jam to, record your videos with, and use. I mean, it's amazing. So anyway, plugs on top of plugs. Thank you guys for hanging out. I see I'm losing people because I tend to talk too long. I'm sorry. But thank you for hanging out. I'm going to end this chat now. Patreon.com/Fruition Music. Please become or consider becoming a patron. The only way we're going to do this is that we need at least 2,250 people to be at a level where we can move forward. And we'll be moving forward anyway, but that'll give us, we used to release a track a week. That'll get us back into the saddle. And we know, even being modest, that the numbers may not be as high as that. But if you help us, if you share with your community, if you share in the groups that you're in, if you share with the other people that you fellowship with, and other people who you know would appreciate and could use the music, then we should be able to get there. So we love you. I love you. Thank you so much for hanging out. This was fun. We're going to do it again really soon. And trying to make sure I didn't miss anything. Don't forget to check out our community at fruitioncommunity.org. And we have a new song out. It's called On My Way. So you can check that out there. I think that's about it. Everybody be safe. Much love to you. Hope to talk to you soon. If you have any more questions, you can go ahead and email us through the website. Thank you. Peace.